It's time for some Brawl news. Brawl Stars accidentally leaked some balance changes in the game announcements. They removed them quickly, but not before they were seen by a bunch of people. Now, they gave me permission to show you guys what the balance changes are going to be. Just know that we don't know when they're going to happen, although I assume it'll probably be within the next day or two. So let's talk about these balance changes and then jump into some more Brawl news. Shelly is getting some love. First of all, the length of her dash from her fast forward gadget is being increased by 11%. Now, I'm not actually able to show you the balance changes in action, but I can show you that her dash is going to be as long as Max's dash. This kind of gives you an idea of how much better the dash is going to be. Now, Shelly's Shell Shock star power is also getting a buff. The duration is increasing to be 4.5 seconds instead of just 4 seconds. Using the power of magic editing, here's kind of a side-by-side to give you an idea of how long it will last. It's a 13% buff, and I think it's going to make her Shell Shock star power a little bit stronger. But that's not the only star power getting a buff. Her Band-Aid healing is increasing from 1,800 to 2,000 health, which is an 11% buff. Once again, I can't show you the actual change in action, so you're gonna have to use your imagination that this is 2,000 healing. Now I'm gonna go over the other balance changes, but a little bit of a Brawl news or speculation right here. The only ability that Shelly is not getting buffed is her Clay Pigeons gadget. The fact that this gadget is clearly the inferior gadget for Shelly and Supercell is not buffing it tells me that they have something else in mind that would require a client-side update. Now, all the balance changes we're talking about today are what I understand is a server-side update where they can make it happen by just tweaking the numbers without having to actually like do a full update through Apple or Android, right? I don't know this for sure, but what makes sense to me is that we're gonna see some sort of a change to her Clay Pigeons gadget in the next update. Or they might even just switch her gadget completely. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Let's get on with the rest of these balance changes that we actually know are happening. Bella's getting a 6% nerf to her attack range. It's going from 10 2/3 tiles long to being only 10 tiles long. Now, for reference, her attack range is going to be as long as Piper's attack range now, and I think that's actually a really solid nerf to her. I think she's still going to be pretty strong, but she will no longer have an unfair advantage against the longest range brawlers in the game. Barley's attack range is getting an 8% nerf. It's going from a total range of 9 1/3 tiles clear down to a total range of 8 2/3 tiles. Now, for reference, Barley's total attack range will reach just as long as Crow's attack range does now. And it will actually look like it's shorter than Dynamite's attack range, but because of how Dynamite's attacks don't actually deal damage as far as they look, Barley's attack will still have a 1/3 tile advantage against Dynamite. It's clear that Barley's recent range buff was just a bit too much, which is why Supercell is toning him down. And now he's going to have to compete against Dynamite because Dynamite is getting a very interesting buff. His movement speed is being increased by 6.5%. He's going from a normal movement speed to a fast movement speed. In other words, he's going to be just as fast as El Primo, Daryl, and many of the other tanks. He's still going to be slower than the very fast brawlers like Mortis or Crow, but that's actually a really crazy buff, and I think it's not only going to make Dynamite more strong, but a lot more fun to play. The health of Jesse's turret is getting a 6% nerf. At maximum level, it's decreasing from 4,480 health to 4,200 health. This isn't a huge nerf to Jessie because it won't change very many interactions for her at all. Some brawlers like Barley, Bo, Mr. P, and Shelly will now be able to take out the turret in only 2 ammo instead of 3, but most other interactions are the same. Carl is getting a significant buff. His projectile speed is going to increase by 15%. Now, just for reference, to give you an idea of what this is going to be like, this is Carl with and without his power throw star power. This star power buffs his projectile speed by 13%, and he's getting a 15% overall buff to his throw speed. So Carl with his star power before the update is going to look like Carl after the update without his star power. And Carl after the update with his star power is going to be even faster. It's kind of confusing, but I think you guys get it. Brock is getting a 5% buff to his attack damage. At maximum level, this will increase his damage from 1,568, which you're seeing, to 1,652. This is actually the second time that Brock is getting a 5% damage buff in the past couple of months, but I don't actually think this is going to change very much. He'll now require 1 less ammo to take out Colette, Frank, and Jean, but every other interaction will be the same, so I don't think Brock is going to be crazy strong or anything like that. Sandy is getting a significant nerf to his supercharge rate. Before the update, he required 5 hits with his attack to fully charge his super. After the update, he's going to require 6 hits, which will significantly make him less viable if you ask me. Now, where Sandy is strong, he'll still be a good option, but there might be better options, especially in Hot Zone. Poco is getting a nerf to his supercharge rate as well. Poco is now going to require 5 hits instead of the only 4 hits to charge his super. It's clear that Poco was very strong after they buffed his supercharge rate, because his screeching solo was actually like a really solid star power because of how often Poco was just able to use his super. I think that Poco's still gonna be great with tankier brawlers as teammates, but he's not gonna be dominating matches like he was. 8-Bit is actually getting a significant nerf to his plugged-in star power. Before the update, 8-Bit would be able to move fast or very fast. I don't remember how fast it was, but he was able to move significantly faster within range of his turret. After the update, 8-Bit will still get a speed boost, but he'll now move at the normal speed. This is the same movement speed that most brawlers have, like Nita, Shelly, or Brock, right? I'm actually really interested to see how this will impact 8-Bit's viability, because he was actually very strong with his plugged-in star power. Now we're gonna go over some more Brawl news, but like I said, we don't know exactly when these balance changes are gonna happen. I would expect them probably sometime this week, maybe next week at the latest. But yeah, more Brawl news. Squeak is now available in the training cave a couple of days sooner than we thought he was going to be released. You guys can go check him out. In fact, by the time you're watching this video, there might be a chance that he's actually already released. Now, somebody pointed out to me that the cat pin on Squeak's banner has a yellow bandana similar to Shelly's, which I found interesting. I honestly would not be surprised at all if Kit, the 3rd Star Force trio with Squeak and Colonel Ruffs, were to release in the next update. So make sure you guys stay on your toes. This brawler concept right here is before we knew she was going to be blue, or he was going to be blue. I guess Kit could be a he, right? Now, with that said, a brawler with this logo might actually be coming in the next update instead. Now, this image was tweeted out by Supercell pretty recently, and the whole concept behind the post was, what do the brawlers do when they're pretty much not brawling, right? Now, this logo is interesting because the only connection it has to any of the brawlers currently in the game is Spike's Dark Lord Spike skin. Now, that's not the only skin that's referenced in this image. There's also an El Primo mask for Spike's mask skin, right? So this might just be referencing Spike skins and not a future brawler. If you guys would like me to speculate further on what the next brawler is going to be, please let me know. Now, just as a reminder, it is actual Brawl Stars lore that Squeak was created from the dog drool of Colonel Ruffs' Chew Toys. So for my unboxing challenge, I'm pretty sure I have to drink dog drool. I haven't been looking forward to that. We are going to be getting a new Nita skin, a Whale Watch Nita. Supercell Make finished their most recent campaign, and Whale Watch Nita was selected as the winner. What that means is that eventually we are going to get this skin in game. It is guaranteed to happen, and we don't know if it's going to be happening soon. I kind of hope that we get the skin for the summer update, and when I say the summer update, I'm not talking about the balance change update that's going to be happening soon. I'm talking about the update that's going to happen sometime before the current season for the Brawl Pass ends. Now, typically Supercell Make skins take some time before they're actually able to put them in game. I think we would be surprised at how difficult it is for them to actually make them functional within the game. And because they planned a summer Nita skin Supercell Make contest, I would not be surprised at all if we had a summer themed update sometime this winter. I could see Supercell doing a summer update in the winter because Supercell's kind of funny like that. We already have a few summer themed skins, so it would make sense to get some more summer skins later. Speaking of skins, you guys might be interested to know that the True Gold Gene is the rarest skin in the game right now. You also might be interested to know that the top 3 most common skins are Wizard Barley, Outlaw Colt, and Star Shelly. This actually kind of makes sense, except for like Star Shelly. I'm surprised that that's so common. And then of course, the top 3 most common true gold skins are Leon, Mortis, and Piper, which kind of makes sense. So anyway, that's interesting. As for the next update theme that will be coming here sometime in a month, we don't know for certain what that will be. I might do a speculation video on that as well, because I do have some ideas in mind. So once again, let me know if you want to see that video. There is a very good chance that Knockout will be made a permanent mode in the next update. Despite it being available since the last update, Knockout was initially only going to be a temporary game mode. However, it has seen such a high play rate that I would not be surprised at all if Supercell made it a permanent mode. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago, Frank said that it was just as popular as Brawl Ball, even though some of the maps might not be ideal. Then of course he asked the question, could the mode be even better with new maps? And then he answered by saying, we'll find out, I guess. I'm taking that as confirmation that Knockout will come back as a permanent mode in the next update, with some refreshed maps. Honestly, I'm pretty shocked that the play rates are as high in Brawl Ball because from what I've been told, Brawl Ball has the highest play rates out of all of the 3v3 modes. I like Knockout a lot, and I'm excited to see it become a permanent mode. The question is whether it's going to go in rotation with Heist or Bounty or Siege and Hot Zone, or are they going to do something different with the rotation? I guess, I don't know, we'll find out. Speaking of temporary game modes, I want to know what you guys thought about Lone Star and Takedown coming back for a weekend. It's actually kind of funny to see how much people really dislike the modes, but forgot how bad they were until they came back. Honestly, I can't imagine that Takedown would ever come back as like a permanent mode, but I actually think that some improvements could be made to Lone Star to make it really solid. I asked my community what changes they would like made to Lone Star, and I actually submitted a bunch of your feedback to Supercell. I can't promise that Supercell will make any of the changes to the game mode or bring it back permanently or anything like that, but if they do have any intention of bringing back Lone Star permanently, I think the changes that you guys suggested were very insightful, so thank you very much. And as a side note, Supercell, if you're watching this, duo Lone Star, 5v5 Lone Star, yeah, that's right. Please make it happen. Power League is going to be getting some quality of life improvements in the near future, or at least within the next update, probably when the next Brawl Pass happens. Frank posted a tweet explaining that the improvements will be focused on improving rank distribution for all players, also improving matchmaking speed and dodging, especially at higher ranks. Now this is actually a graph right here that Frank previously shared on the current ELO distribution. I imagine it's a little bit different now because it's been a couple of weeks, but it's probably mostly the same. Now the x-axis isn't labeled, but I believe that each one is its own rank, and that would mean that Diamond 3 would be right above the 583 that you're seeing right there, that number for the amount of likes that the tweet has. Because there are so few players above Diamond 3, matchmaking takes actually like a super long time for players, which is exactly what Frank said they plan on improving. My guess is that they'll make it so that you gain more points for wins, lose less for losses, especially at lower ranks, and they'll also probably make the reset at the end of the season a little bit less harsh, especially at higher ranks, because, you know, sometimes you lose multiple ranks after you, anyway, you guys got the idea. The one thing I think that they will not be doing is increasing the rewards for Power League. Frank also sent out this tweet saying that the team is happy with the Power League rewards, so that's probably not going to be changing. However, it'll probably be a little bit easier to climb in higher ranks, so naturally we'll all get more rewards anyways. As for other improvements to Power League, like the ability to suggest brawlers or star powers to your teammates, Frank said something like that probably won't happen until later in the year, like the fourth quarter, the last 3 months or so. Supercell recently celebrated their 11-year anniversary. I know that Brawl Stars is just a game for most of you, but to a lot of people like myself, Supercell has created a wonderful opportunity for jobs, not to mention an amazing way to create friendships with other people. I can't tell you how many people I have met and been able to connect with just playing Supercell games over the last year. So happy birthday to Supercell, and also thank you for everything that you've done and for creating such a great opportunity for me specifically to be able to follow my dreams. Interestingly enough, Brawl Stars is actually doing incredibly well. Now, Frank didn't share actual game stats, but he did share how amazing Brawl Stars is doing on YouTube. 2 years ago, in 2019, Brawl Stars was actually the 9th most watched game on YouTube for all 2019. Now, according to Frank, Brawl Stars is currently sitting snug in the middle of the top 10 most watched games on YouTube. And that's actually insane. The fact that Brawl Stars isn't just top 10, but that it's like moved from top 9 up to around like the top 5-ish, that is proof that interest in Brawl Stars is rapidly growing, and I can absolutely see why. You guys are all sharing this game out with your friends, right? Because this game is amazing. Supercell has truly made a fantastic game, and I am really thankful that I have the opportunity to be a part of that journey. Especially, I'm thankful for you guys who are watching at this point of the video, because if you are, chances are you've been watching me on YouTube consistently. You're a faithful subscriber who watches most of my videos. And if you're not one of those people, make sure you guys subscribe right now, because I make pretty good Brawl Stars videos that you don't want to miss. And if you want to show more support, make sure you guys use code Kairos in the Brawl Stars shop. Just got to get that plug in there, right? Kairos, code Kairos in the Brawl Stars shop. That's all I have for news in this video, but let me know if you guys would like me to make a speculation video on the next update. If you enjoyed this video and you have not seen this Nuzlocke video right here, absolutely make sure you guys watch it. I highly recommend it. It's one of the best videos I've ever created, and if you've already seen it, you should watch this one instead, right? For now, this is KairosTime ticking by, and we will see you in Brawl Stars.